JP Morgan's shocking lawsuit, a frightening story of corporate power and workplace safety. Imagine a man working in one of the world's biggest financial institutions. An expensive office, a shining glass building, big clients, million-dollar deals, and the dream of moving higher in his career. From the outside, everything looks perfect. But behind the shine of that same office, if an employee feels that his career, his reputation, and his dignity have been trapped in the hands of a senior, then even the world's most expensive office can become a place of fear for him. The fear begins here, because this case is not just an alleged harassment case. It has become a question connected to corporate power, workplace hierarchy, promotion pressure, and employee safety. The allegations have been made by a junior male banker, and the accused is said to be a senior female executive. But as sensational as the story is being made to look, it also needs to be understood with equal caution, because right now, this matter is in court as allegations, and JP Morgan has denied these allegations. That means the truth will be decided not by headlines, but by the legal process. Curiosity is born here. What exactly happened that suddenly brought one of the world's biggest banking names, JP Morgan Chase, into discussion? Who is the employee who filed the complaint in court? Which senior executive has been accused? What has the bank said in response? And most importantly, what lesson does this entire matter give to ordinary employees and the corporate world? According to reports, a lawsuit has been filed in the New York County Supreme Court in which the plaintiff has been referred to as John Doe for reasons of safety and privacy. The complaint alleges that Lorna Hajdini, an executive director working in JP Morgan Chase's leveraged finance division, engaged in behavior such as sexual harassment, racial harassment, intimidation, and career pressure toward a male colleague. Many media reports have also said that the plaintiff was a married banker of Asian origin, and the matter is said to have begun in 2024. Here, the first thing that must be made clear is this. Whatever incidents are being described in this script are based on allegations made in the lawsuit and on media reports. The court has not yet considered these allegations proven. On the other hand, JP Morgan has said that it conducted an internal investigation and did not find evidence supporting the allegations. The bank says it takes misconduct allegations seriously and will defend itself in court. Now let us understand the story step by step. According to the complaint, the plaintiff was an ambitious professional inside JP Morgan. He was working hard for goals like career growth, promotion, and bonus. In a world like corporate finance, performance is very important. Here, every deal, every meeting, every review, and every senior's opinion can affect an employee's future. It was allegedly in this environment that the power imbalance began. The lawsuit claims that the senior executive initially engaged in unwanted behavior. According to the complaint, this behavior was not like casual or normal professional interaction, but something that interfered with the plaintiff's personal space. When the plaintiff rejected the alleged advances, the matter is said to have reached the level of career threats. In other words, according to the allegations, the refusal was not treated only as personal rejection, but was turned into professional pressure. Power imbalance in the corporate world can be very dangerous. If a senior employee has influence over promotion, bonus, appraisal, project allocation, or reputation, then saying no is not easy for a junior employee. Many times, an employee is unable to complain openly because he fears that his performance rating will be damaged, his bonus will be stopped, he will be separated from the team, or his image in the market will be harmed. In this case too, the central fear in the complaint is said to be the same. The plaintiff alleged that he was made to feel that his career was under the control of the senior executive. According to reports, the complaint also claims that pressure was created by linking promotion and bonus with sexual compliance. This allegation is very serious because consent in the workplace can be considered real only when the employee is free from fear, pressure, and career threats. Some allegations in the lawsuit are extremely serious and disturbing in nature. According to media reports, the plaintiff claimed that he faced incidents such as being given drugs without consent, sexual coercion, racial remarks, and personal humiliation. Some reports have also said that the complaint accuses offensive racial comments about the plaintiff and his wife's Asian background. All these claims are still legal allegations and remain to be proven in court. Here, a big question arises. How does society look at cases involving male victims? Many times, when the victim is male and the accused is female, public reaction becomes different. Some people turn it into a joke. Some people do not take it seriously. And some people think, how can a man be a victim? But the principle of workplace harassment does not depend on gender. An employee of any gender can be a victim, and a person of any gender can misuse power. That is why this case has also started a major debate on social media. Many people said that if the allegations are true, then this is a serious case of corporate abuse. At the same time, some people are saying, regarding the bank's investigation and denial, that it would be wrong to consider anyone guilty without a court verdict. Both points are important. A victim's complaint should be taken seriously, but declaring the accused guilty before the legal process is also not right. JP Morgan's response is the second major part of this story. The bank has denied the allegations. According to reports, JP Morgan said that its internal review did not find evidence supporting the claims and that the plaintiff did not cooperate in the investigation. Some reports also said that according to the bank, the accused executive was not the plaintiff's direct supervisor and did not have control over his bonus or promotion. From here, the story becomes even more complex. On one side, the plaintiff is saying that he faced harassment and retaliation. On the other side, the bank is saying that the allegations are unfounded. The court will now have to look at documents, messages, witness statements, HR records, reporting timelines, workplace hierarchy, and the investigation process. In such cases, the truth does not come out through one viral headline. The truth comes out through evidence, timelines, and cross-examination. The angle of retaliation has also emerged in the complaint. The plaintiff claims that when he gave a written complaint to bank management, instead of receiving support, he was removed from systems, sent on leave, and his career was harmed. In workplace law, retaliation is a very serious issue because if an employee feels that after making a complaint, he has been treated in a punishment-like manner, then other employees also become afraid to speak up. For any big company, this is the most sensitive point. If the allegations are false, the company has to protect the reputation of the accused employee. But if the allegations are true, then the company has a duty to ensure that the victim gets protection, a fair inquiry takes place, and action is taken to stop misuse of power. The balance is difficult, but fair process is necessary. This case also shows how important employees' trust in the corporate HR system is. An employee facing harassment in the office often goes to HR first. If he feels that HR is there to protect the company, not the employee, then he loses trust in the internal system. That is why strong companies take complaint mechanisms, independent investigations, and anti-retaliation policies very seriously. Now let us talk about JP Morgan Chase. This is not a small company. JP Morgan is counted among the world's biggest banking institutions. For such a large institution, the impact of any lawsuit is not only legal, but also reputational. Clients, employees, regulators, and investors all watch how the company handles workplace misconduct allegations. That is why, for the bank, this matter is not just an employee dispute, but also a test of governance and culture. But there is another danger in this story: trial by social media. Nowadays, as soon as a lawsuit becomes public, people on social media immediately pass judgment. Some people instantly consider the accused guilty, while some start calling the complainant a liar. But allegations being filed in a civil lawsuit and allegations being proven are two different things. The court's job is to look at evidence, and the public's job is to understand carefully, not get carried away by sensationalism. Media language also matters a lot here. In such cases, headlines are often made shocking because shocking headlines bring clicks. But when the matter is as sensitive as sexual harassment, racism, and workplace abuse, responsibility with words becomes even greater. The story should not be presented in a way that hurts the victim's dignity or declares the accused guilty without trial. That is why it is important to understand this entire matter with language like alleged and claimed. If we look at this case as a broader corporate lesson, the biggest message is that in the office, power and consent are not separate things. When promotion, bonus, immigration status, team reputation, or job security is at stake, it can be difficult for an employee to resist. That is why companies have to ensure that no senior employee can use their position for personal demands, intimidation, or humiliation. The second learning is that complaints by male employees should also be taken with the same seriousness with which complaints by female employees are taken. Workplace safety is a gender-neutral principle. If an employee says that harassment has happened to him, the first response should not be mockery, but a fair hearing. In the same way, the accused should also get a fair chance to present their side. The third learning is that documentation is very important. Corporate employees should always maintain professional boundaries. If any employee feels uncomfortable behavior, then preserving messages, Emails, timelines, witnesses, and complaint records can be very important. Without evidence, it becomes difficult to prove the truth, and evidence gives direction to the legal process. The fourth learning is for companies. Internal investigations should not be only for namesake. If the complaint is serious, then the inquiry should be independent, documented, and unbiased. The complainant should be protected from retaliation, the accused should also be protected from unfair public damage, and the final finding should come through a clear process. This is what builds trust. In this case, the final truth has not yet come out. A lawsuit has been filed, allegations have been made, the bank has issued a denial, and the legal process will move forward. It is possible that the plaintiff's claims are supported by strong evidence in court. It is possible that the bank's version turns out to be correct and the allegations are not proven. That is why, at this stage, the most responsible thing is to see it as an allegation-based matter. But whatever the outcome may be, this story has definitely raised one question. Behind the shining offices of the corporate world, 𝐮𝐸𝐻 employees truly feel safe? Can junior employees speak without fear in front of senior power? Are HR systems worthy of employee trust? And is society ready to listen to male harassment victims with the seriousness they deserve? In the end, this story is not only about JP Morgan. It can be the story of every workplace where position, money, and power start rising above human dignity. In an office, no designation is so big that it can make someone's respect, safety, and consent smaller. And no employee is so junior that his voice should not be heard. Now the court will decide what the truth is in this case. But this controversy has given the corporate world a clear warning. If misuse of power in the workplace is ignored, it does not just break one employee's life, it raises questions over the credibility of the entire organization. And perhaps this is both the biggest fear and the biggest lesson of this case.
If this video has taught you something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you, because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible. But in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.